It's official, we're a nation of caffeine lovers, with almost 11 million of us drinking a cup of the good stuff every single day.
So this is where the action happens. This is our warehousing and our production room in here to the left.
Even more surprising is that 3/4 of Australia's annual consumption is instant, generating more than 1 billion coffee pods every day. And serial entrepreneur Toby Strong has jumped on this trend.
So this is our pouching station. So this will count 10 pods and then put them into a pouch, seal it up, and then they move along the conveyor here. We run 2 shifts at the moment, so they come in at about 6 a.m. and finish at about 11 p.m. We make about 150,000 pods during that time each day.
Strong co-founded Podpac, a coffee pod manufacturing business, back in 2012, when he discovered a problem that needed solving.
So it actually started over here in a conversation in a major retail store. So I just happened to be in the store and overheard a couple speaking to the sales assistant. They wanted an espresso machine and they asked, can you box it up and you can put in 100 pods as well to take home? And the sales assistant said, no, sorry, I can't. We don't sell the pods here. And they were dumbfounded. They actually walked away, and it was over here in that conversation that I really realised there was a gap in the market. And I wanted to be the first person in Australia to do something about that.
And what have been the steps to get to, what is a magnificent facility now?
So after overhearing that conversation, we just scoured the world for anyone that was producing compatible pods with Nespresso. And it all sort of grew from there. It progressed from importing somebody else's brand to developing our own brand, and then eventually setting up a production line in Australia.
So tell us about your innovation strategy back then.
We knew the multinationals were just right on our heels, they were right behind us, and when they came into the market, they were just going to flood the market, huge advertising budgets. To keep ahead of them, we knew we had to produce something that they weren't necessarily thinking of, so that took us on the path of looking into chocolates, which we were the world's first producer of chocolate pods. And then that led to a sugar-free kids' beverage as well, so strawberry and honeycomb and iced coffee and all these different types of beverages. So we've always tried to stay a year ahead of the market by releasing something else that nobody else is thinking of.
Real innovation is about a deep understanding of your customers' requirements, and 7 out of 10 small businesses report a deep understanding of their customers' needs.
Yeah.
How do you, get a feel for your customer needs and implement it?
Nothing beats social media these days for that, and I think that's why small businesses really benefit from monitoring their own social media as well, whereas the big brands out there, they outsource it to an agency that's still disconnected from their customers.
So how do you keep innovating moving forward?
There's a lot of self-development. I think innovation really needs to be driven from the top down to create that innovation culture in a business. So I'm constantly going to business development workshops. The staff are actually quite sick of me going to these workshops because I'll call them afterwards in the car on the way to the office and change everything. There's a lot of new implementations that come from workshops like that. And I just have this, seem to have an unquenchable thirst for learning and action. And I'm not sure exactly where that comes from, but that just keeps things rolling consistently. So this is our R&D room. So this is where it really starts, where we get our green beans in. We put them through this mini roaster first. We get our blends right before we take it to the large roaster out there.
So how are you differentiating yourself from the competition?
Look, it's hard with coffee. You're dealing with the coffee beans that are available to everyone in the world. So what we try and do is innovate and add our little touches of uniqueness to it. So we've recently launched a double shot pod. So we've actually taken these coffee beans and we've added guarana to double the caffeine content of the pod. So little things like that are just keeping us ahead of the competition.
Double shot sounds like something I should try. So Toby, you've had incredible growth in your first 4 years of business. Who have been your key business partners that have helped you get to where you are now?
We've been incredibly lucky to get the major retailers on board very early, and it's because of that innovation, because we could offer products that nobody else was offering, that we were able to do that. So they've definitely been great partners to accelerate the growth. Beyond that, our suppliers, we always try and source products locally in SA. If we can't find it in SA, Australia, and then only if we really can't find it in Australia, then we go, we look for overseas. And beyond that, NAB have been a huge supporter of ours from day one. And at a time when a lot of manufacturing was leaving Australia as well, we had that support. We were actually wanting to bring manufacturing to Australia, which we were being advised against by a lot of people. So that support early on really helped us out.
All right, so what are your tips for small business to stay ahead of the pack?
Just try and weave innovation into every aspect of your business. It doesn't have to be just a product. Every part of your business you can innovate. And also take the hard road as well. So for us, manufacturing chocolate pods is an absolute nightmare. So the chocolate dust just gets in all our sensors and our efficiency just really nosedives. But it's a real barrier of entry for other manufacturers to try and copy us and do that. So even though it's difficult, it still keeps us ahead of them. So
You're obviously a natural entrepreneur. You've got an unbelievable business here. Really appreciate your time and look forward to catching up in the future.
thanks for coming down.
Cheers.
Hey, thanks for dropping by the KBB YouTube channel. If you want a whole lot more where this came from, press the subscribe button and it will open a Pandora's box of great videos that not only are educational, full of great advice, but also really inspiring. Just what we need as small business owners.